Yeah, exactly. Good morning. Yeah. Oh, we must have left it overnight or something, but it was really hot. So that's what they were looking and then I have the candy, hopefully, we're gonna melt. I think we're gonna try to distribute the candy today. Yeah. Ready to go?
Good morning. My name is Jacqueline, and I will be our chairperson for today's Donna Day service. Are there any visitors or new students and families here this morning? If so, welcome to our temple. Could those of you sitting near them help them find the proper pages for the sutras, gathas, and readings? Thank you. First, we will have Sambujo on page 24 in the Big Book, followed by Sutra Chanting Jusege on page 23 in the Little Book or page 93 in the Big Book. The page numbers for the Sutra book will be displayed on the front screen and on your monitor at home, so please follow along.
Namanda, namandas, namanda, 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 namandas. 인쇼넨 저의 주몽요 싱흠은 전업 이쇼텐닌십 진내기엔 나이코 버쇼무 사이도 쇼조상구며 보사이슈야구난 바이히지엥엔 매싱호모안 해성무쇼하구노 전나주생슈몬 고소조만족 이연호진몸 니칭한슈주기 땡고온풍겐 이슈가이호소 호세구노구호 조다이슈춤 샘모시싱무 그여이사이뭇 어성슈통무헌 간내시주조만 봉의상아이오 여문무게집 선한미버쇼 강나구에닉 버시사이쇼선 싱한야고감 나이센 오간노 호크쇼텐닌 언니싱우동우 요노세이사이 오헛모나 이신 오조 나만나 나만나우스 나만나 나만나 나만나우스 나만나
Please rise to sing the Gatha Amida's Paradise, which is on page 36 in the small Dharma School service book, followed by the Golden Chain, which is located on page 2 in the Little Book, or page 15 in the Big Book under Golden Chain 1.
There is a mess sun. Midas paradise, their trees and fragrant flowers in wondrous beauty grow, and through the sunlit meadows the rippling streamlets flow, bright with the rainbow colors, the sparkling fountains play, and birds of radiant plumage send out their music gay. Their happy hearts of children with joyful songs and play in that fair land of sunshine shall spend an endless day.
The Golden Chain. I am a link in Amida's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I will keep my link bright and strong. I will be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will think pure and beautiful thoughts, say pure and beautiful words, and do pure and beautiful deeds. May every link in Amida's golden chain of love be bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace. Namo Amida Butsu.
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 Now we will have a Dharma message by Rinban Sakamoto.
Good morning. How are you? I hope you're staying warm. Outside is cold. It's nice here in the Hondo. There's a story that comes from a long time ago in a far, far away valley. There was a man who was a farmer, and he raised his family by growing crops. But it wasn't an easy life. It was a very difficult and challenging time. And every morning when he woke up, he would sit on his front porch and think about the things that he needed to do that day. And as the season kind of progressed from early spring into summer, he noticed across the valley from where he lived, there was a bright light glowing on the hillside across the way. And every morning when he woke up and he got ready for the day, he would look at that and think about his own, the hardship that his life was like, and how he was hoping that maybe someday he could do something different. And as he looked at that golden glow across the valley, he thought maybe there's someone who lives there that is very powerful and rich. He lives in a house that glows like that, that maybe he can go and ask him for some help. And so every day as he, in the morning when he got ready, he saw this light, and as the days progressed, the light would get brighter. And so one day he just decided, okay, he will get up the next morning and he will cross the valley and go to that house that seemed to be glowing on the hill. And so the next morning when he got up, he took with him some food and he set out across the valley. And it was a kind of a wide valley, so he knew it was going to take him pretty much most of the day. And as he traveled across the valley, he met his friends that were other farmers, and he continued and he stopped by. He saw merchants who had a store and had things that they were selling, and he continued his journey across the valley. Midday, he was about halfway through the valley, and so he sat down beneath a tree and he was eating his lunch. And then he continued on his journey, and he continued across, and the path took him up the side of the hill. And as he was climbing, the day, of course, was getting longer, getting darker, so he thought he should hurry and try to reach this house as soon as he could. And he climbed this trail, and as he turned around this bend, he thought, this is where the house must be. And he turned around this bend, and he saw there an old house that was now abandoned and that was in disarray and had been broken. And what he saw from his home was a reflection of a window that was still standing on the porch. And he thought, oh, he was so unhappy, so disappointed that all of his hopes had been dashed when he came across that, when he turned that corner or that bend and saw this old house and the window that was glowing. And so he dejected, and he said, oh, this, just a kind of a terrible dream, that there are, that we would hope like that and nothing would come of it. And so he turned around and he started down the hill. And as he was going down the hill and thinking about the long walk home, he noticed across the valley where he lived was this evening now sun that was shining on his side where he lived. And there in the hillside was a glowing light of his home that he had left to look for this light that was glowing on the opposite valley. And with that, he saw his home now in a whole different way, thinking about his home and his family now in this glowing light of the evening. And so he set out and he hurried back home to go back to what he thought was a very difficult life, what he thought was just kind of day in, day out, the same old thing. Now he thought about it in a very different way, that his home too, glowed in that sunlight. And he hurried to return now to this home that he thought about quite differently. I think sometimes, we look out there and we think, oh, maybe it's going to be better if I get to that place. And sometimes it's important for us to set goals, to do things that we need to get done. But sometimes we think about things that we want or things that how we want things to be, and so we don't pay attention to where we are, or maybe we don't appreciate so much where we are. And we can become distracted by things that we hope can be or places that we want to go to, and our mind is off in the distance somewhere. But this farmer, this young man with his family, kind of began to understand how important what he had truly was. And he appreciated more now as he kind of hurried home to his family. So again, sometimes we look off in the distance and see something that's very attractive, but we may need to think about where we are and what we might be able to appreciate with where we are. In Buddhism, of course, when we think about at the core of the teachings of the Buddha, it's simply to be able to see things as they are. When we think about, what I like, what I don't like, what I want, what I don't want, we kind of have problems. Problems can begin to occur. So we need to be mindful and hopefully be able to see things simply as they are. And in doing so, maybe have a deepening appreciation for where we are. Not that we have to stay where we are, but at least be able to appreciate what we're doing, what we are experiencing, And that when we see that glowing light off in the distance, maybe we might think about that a little bit more before we kind of rush off and try to catch something that may be simply an illusion. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Rinvan Sakamoto. Please rise for the Gatha farewell on page 45 in the Little Service Book, followed by the promise located on page 5 in the Little Book, or page 15 in the Big Book.
Dharma school is over for another day. Let us gather round the shrine, bow our heads and say, thank you, teacher, for your help. Thank you, everyone. Buddha's love will keep us safe till our work is done. So we'll meet again next week. Won't you take good care? Let us try to do what's right, always kind and fair. We shall spread the happiness faith in Buddha brings. Now it's time to say goodbye till we meet again. Namu Amida Butsu, sing this fine refrain. Namu Amida Butsu, sunny day or rain. Namu Amida Butsu, strong in faith remain. Namu Amida Butsu, till we meet again.
The promise. We thank the Buddha for showing us the way of freedom. We will endeavor to walk in his noble path every day of our lives. Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida
Namo
Butsu.
Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida Butsu.
Thank you to Rinvan Sakamoto, Reverend Mikame, Reverend Jones, Mr. Akizuki, Mrs. Tanabe, organist Ms. Tsuchimoto, and AV coordinator Mr. Endo. Are there any announcements?
All kinds of people coming out.
Hi, I'm Arlene Mori, representing BWA. I just want to remind you that we're selling tickets for our Chirashi and Botomochi fundraiser, which is going to be on February the 15th. So there's members outside selling tickets. Chirashi is going to be $15, and the Botomochi is $8. And the last pre-sale ends on February the 9th. And the pickup will be on that Saturday from 1 to 2:30. And also, just a reminder that BWA is still collecting canned goods for the Spartan Food Pantry. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Trevor,
And I'm Colin.
and we're from Boy Scout Troop 611. We're selling tickets for $25 to our Boy Scout family dinner right outside the church.
Dinner would be dine-in and to-go on Saturday, March 15th. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Mas Nishimura, and I'm the director for the junior choir. Unfortunately, we can't do junior choir practice today, so that's one. I'm sorry. The other thing is that we are still looking for volunteers to help out with the. We would like to reopen the Open Door Cafe, and we need a person to just coordinate the scheduling for volunteers. We have plenty of volunteers, we just don't have anybody stepping up to organize them. So if you are interested and can help out, you actually don't have to do the work, just coordinate. Please come and see me, or you can actually go to the office as well. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Lex.
And I'm Sarah. And we're with Girl Scout Troop 60782.
You probably heard this announcement before, but our troop is still working with the nonprofit group One Warm Coat to collect warm winter clothes for those in need.
We're collecting throughout the end of next Sunday, so make sure to remember this when you're retiring old coats for the season.
We have a box in the church office labeled with a One Warm Coat flyer for you to give warm coats to, or you can directly give them to anyone from our 10th grade troop.
Thank you.
Morning. 3 weeks from today, Rimban is doing his One Sangha event, the first one for this year. So we did a couple last year, and it's the way to bring everybody together instead of all of us taking off right after a church service and going our separate ways, a way to meet with the people within our Sangha together. So there'll be a free lunch that day. So we're doing chili and rice. And as I mentioned last week, we're having hopefully 4 volunteers provide chili in about a crock pot size. So my wife or I will do one, so I just need 3 other volunteers to do that. So please see me if you're interested in doing this. Okay? Thank you.
What the heck? Rimban's not going to do a chili this time? Okay, there you go. He's going to do a pot. So now we need 2. Just a quick reminder that, again, we're trying to show this movie Hito Hata. It'll be shown actually a week from today. Doors will open at 2 in the gym. Movie will start at 2:30. Again, it's a fundraiser for our new Dharma Center project. Thank you.
Good morning. I'll try to keep this short. A lot of announcements today. I'm May Kawamoto, Dharma School Superintendent. Wanted to apologize for not clarifying that the 4th grade class is going to be joining 2nd and 3rd grade indefinitely. So please go to the classroom 2 doors to the left from your class until we find a substitute or someone that will restart the 4th grade class. So sorry for not announcing this sooner, but if you can do that, please. And then if there are any parents who are signed up to be the second adult for that class, just check in the 2nd and 3rd grade. If there is only one teacher, please sit in on the class. I appreciate that. And I appreciate everybody's help with crosswalk and snack and these second adult spots. And let's see, I had a few things, but forgot to write them down here. So also, if your students aren't going to be, if your kids are not going to be in class, if you can let the teachers know at least a day in advance, it would help them with planning. I think that was, I had one more thing. Sorry, forgot my phone today, forgot a lot of things, but I will, oh yes, check your emails in the next weeks. We are doing a Dharma School-wide Dana project, and all of the kids will be involved in putting this project together. The goal is to try to have a project for the ASPCA or something, a similar group, by the beginning of May. So we will be asking for volunteers and to help with these and for donations of materials. So keep an eye out for that message. All right, thank you very much.
For our Gotanye service, Bishop Harada will be our speaker. But also as a part of a Gotanye service will be a Keishiki service where people who request will be able to receive Homyo, a Dharma name. Normally, the Dharma name, I think we most associate the Dharma name presentation with funeral services, but we actually are able to receive this Dharma name as a confirmation of our intention to continue to study the teachings of the Buddha. So at the time of Gotanye, following the Gotanye service, we will have a Keishiki. In the last Dharma newsletter, there were the application forms were sent out. If we don't receive the Dharma newsletter, just let the office know and we can get you that application. There is a $50 kind of registration fee that we'll collect and forward to the headquarters, our headquarters. So be aware that there will be this Keishiki service at the time of Gotae, presentation of Dharma name. At the BWA World Federation Conference last year, there were several people who went on that trip from the Bitsing that that participated in a Keishiki service in Kyoto, where they received a Dharma name when they went on this trip. But you won't have to go to Kyoto. We'll just have a service here right after our Gotae service. So if you're interested, please fill out that form, which was in the last Dharma, or stop by the office for more information.
Good morning, everyone. One last thing. So for the special service Honko, the other day, Dharma School kids helped with the decoration of the offerings. So today, we'd like to distribute the offering as osagari. So the term osagari literally means something that has been passed down, and in this case, it refers to something from the Buddha. So in Buddhism, it is important to show our respect to the Buddha by offering items for the service. But it is also important to receive these offerings as osagari after the service. So items offered to the Buddha are then shared with us as a gift from the Buddha. So it is essential to accept them with gratitude and without waste. So today we'd like to distribute these offerings as a special gift to the only kids for this service who participated in this Dharma School service. So if you'd like to receive it, please come to the Oshoko and then come to the minister after the service. For the adults who want to receive it, please come and attend the adult English service after this service. Thank you.
Before everyone leaves the temple, please straighten all the books for the next service. Those of you who are interested are welcome to attend the adult English service following this service. For your safety, please obey the crossing guards and look both ways before crossing the street. Thank you for attending today's service.
first one, right?
Yep, first one.
I counted 30. Oh my God, how do you get up those stairs? I had to go up those stairs on my knees.
So, 20, 20, or
It was 25.
uh, 20,
So 23.
23. Okay.
23.
So,
So you're good. You're more than fine. Dennis, I put them together all yesterday afternoon. So I just want to make sure that we have enough. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Guess we're okay, huh?
Good morning. My name is Terry Oshidari, and I'll be your chair today for the Volunteer Recognition Donna Day service. So this is a special recognition of all of our volunteers who work tirelessly to keep the temple moving and working. So we really appreciate it, and the board has decided to honor these people. And it started in 1999, but we skipped 2 years during the pandemic, so whatever that means on the number of years it's been going on. So anyway, there is a change on the Gatha. It's going to be Hotoke-sama. And so, oh, no, it's in the program. I just got this at the last minute, but I see it's printed in the program, so we're okay. So, thank you. We'll do Jusei Give.
please rise now for Gata Hotoke-sama, and I think it's in the Dharma School Service book on 55. If you would please turn to page 3 in the Dharma School Service book and join in the reading of Three Treasures. Hard is it to be born into human life. Now we are living it. Difficult is it to hear the teachings of the Blessed One. Now we hear it. If we do not deliver ourselves in the present life, no hope is there that we shall be freed from suffering and sorrow in the ocean of birth and death. Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in Buddha. May we all together absorb into ourselves the principle of your way to enlightenment and awaken in ourselves our supreme will. I take refuge in Dharma. May we all together be submerged in the depth of thy doctrine and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in Sangha. May we all together become units in true accord in your life of harmony, in a spirit of universal oneness, freed from the bondage of selfishness. Even through ages of myriads of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful doctrine. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of Tathagata's teaching. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us for this morning's volunteer recognition service. This morning's Dharma message will be presented by Reverend Mikame.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for being here and attending from at home. So if you wouldn't mind, please join me in Gassho. Place your hands together, heart center. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Buddha enshrined is in the center of this temple is called Amida Buddha. Amida Buddha is a Buddha of light. So today, I'd like to share some thought about light. I was born and raised in Japan, in the place which rich in nature in Japan. So I've loved stargazing and thinking about the universe since I was a child. But now I must confess that I've never been very good at science. So if things start to get too complicated, too difficult, feel free to relax and let yourself drift off. Okay? In the world, people may feel the need to stay awake or focused and work so hard to listen carefully in order to gain knowledge. But here at this temple, there's no need to push yourself under such a pressure. So this Buddha, who knows the even things we listen to with great effort would eventually be let go, does not judge how much we understand. So at least here in front of the Buddha, please relax and feel at ease. So even if you fall asleep, if it's too difficult or boring, it's okay, that's perfectly fine. The light that reaches our earth is something very familiar to us. Yet its speed is incredibly fast. Did you know that? How fast? Light can circle the earth 7.5 times in just 1 second. Did you know that? So fast. Okay, let's try to count the 1 together, okay? 3, 2, 1. 1. Okay, yeah. In the brief moment, light has already traveled around the earth 7.5 times. Can't believe that. Oh. For us, traveling around the earth even once would take a long time, maybe. Yeah, I've never traveled the earth around even once. But the Earth's circumference is about 25,000 miles. Oh, too big. I can't imagine how big it is. But if you multiply by that by 7.5, you get 187,500 miles. But strictly speaking, it's said the light travels about 186,000 miles in just 1 second. Ooh. Okay, now let's try to count 1 again, okay? 1. Hey, arigatou, thank you. In that second, light has traveled 187,000 186,000 miles. That's how fast light is. Now, how long would it take for light to travel from the sun to the earth? Even at the incredible speed, it still takes about 8 minutes. Can you believe that? Light traveling the 186,000 miles per second still takes 8 minutes to reach us from the sun. Oh. It's overwhelming. So this shows that how far apart the Earth and the Sun really are. According to Wikipedia, because light takes 8 minutes to travel from the sun to us, the sunlight we see is actually 8 minutes old. In other words, we are looking at the sun as it was 8 minutes ago. Does that make sense to you? Can't believe that. It's a little hard to wrap around my head too. So, the sun is a star that produces its own light. Most of the stars we see when we look up the night sky are also stars like the sun, called fixed stars. The closest star to the Earth is the sun, but the next closest star is the Proxima Centauri. Am I correct with the pronunciation? But Proxima Centauri, yeah. It's a constellation that Centaurus. Yeah. Have you heard of it? Proxima Centauri. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay, good. And it's said to be 4.3 light years away. Whew, what is it? Now, what does it mean? It means that light we see from Proxima Centauri, even with the telescope, took 4.3 years to reach us. So when we look at the Proxima Centauri, I don't know which one is the Proxima Centauri, but we are actually seeing the star as it was 4.3 years ago. Wow. The stars are so far away, and the time they shine exists at different moments, but their light still reaches us. This shows just how powerful and bright their light is. Even if their life, another star somewhere in the universe, they wouldn't be able to share the same time with us. The lights they see from us and the light we see from them is always delayed. Light takes time to travel, and delay reminds us of the vast distances between us. Yet, despite those distances, the light still reaches us. Isn't that incredible? What about our everyday lives, everyday world? What about the time we share in this moment? For example, if you're sitting right next to someone else, right? Say hi to your neighbor. Okay. And yeah, thank you. And this difference in time between what you see of them and what they see of you might seem negligible. But strictly speaking, even that image is slightly delayed, perhaps by about 0.00001 seconds or something. If someone is sitting 10 feet away, maybe you, away from me, the image they see of me is ever so slightly from the past. Okay. To truly share the exact same moment, we would need to be in the exact same place. Even if we hold hands with the person next to you, we cannot perfectly share the same time or experience with the person next to you. Our hearts and minds don't occupy the same space and maybe same feelings. When I'm feeling lonely, someone else may be feeling joyful. When I feel happy, maybe someone else may be struggling. Even among close family members, we cannot fully share our sadness or joy without expressing it through words or other means. It's incredibly difficult to share exactly what we are feeling in that moment, as it is with someone else. Ultimately, each of us lives our own separate life. No matter how close we are physically, there always a small time lag, a gap that we cannot bridge. The few inch or millimeters of skin that separates my body from yours serve as both a physical and psychological barrier. As human beings, we have ability to imagine ourselves in someone else's place and empathize with them. But there are always limits. We can never fully become the other person. The state of enlightenment of Amida embodies is one where one there they can completely become the life of every beings. It is a realm where no words are needed. A word described as butsu butsu sonen in Japanese, but Buddha to Buddha mindfulness, where Buddha is constantly thinking of and reaching out to us. Amida completely became my suffering existence, taking on countless lifetimes of hardship to understand how to liberate me from this endless circle of delusion. Through infinite time and measurable practice, this Buddha realized enlightenment and gave it expression in the name Namo Amida Butsu. This is the name of Amida and that reached my life here and now. The name Namo Amida Butsu represents the Buddha of infinite light and infinite life and infinite light. Infinite light, life means transcending light, transcending time, being present at all times. Infinite light means transcend space, reaching everywhere. So in other words, the infinite nature of time and space means that Amida's life reaches the here and now of my life without fail. So when Namo Amida Butsu reaches me and you here, listen to your ear, here and now, it's not about there being some great distance between this Buddha and me. It means the Buddha's, this Amida is right here, with zero distance between us. Amida is completely present and embracing my life as it is. So when I feel sad, this Buddha feels the sadness with me. When I feel happy, Amida shares in the joy. Sometimes the burden of life feels so too heavy for others to understand, to carry with us. It is comforting when someone listens and says, "Oh, I understand how you feel." But deep down, we often know that they can't fully understand. While we may carry the sadness in our hearts forever, the listener eventually return to their life, where laughter and joy await them. Because of this, when we face deep suffering or sadness, we often hide it in the quietest depth of our hearts. It may take time, sometimes years, before we can find the words to express it. Yet, this Buddha, Amida Buddha, who knows the sorrows of our life that cannot fully understand by others, stays with us. Buddha is present with the semi-suffering as not the observer, but someone who completely becomes my life. And when my life comes to an end, I'll be born into the Buddha's pure land, the Buddha's land, where I'll meet those who have gone before me, embraced by His great compassion. There, I too will become a Buddha, endowed with the same enlightened compassion as Amida. In that pure land, as a Buddhas, we'll never stay there forever, but it will be very busy. We will not only care for those we've left behind, but also completely become the life of all beings in this world, perfectly accompanying them in their joys and the sorrows. At the point, it won't matter how long or short our lives were, or what challenges we faced. Every moment we spend listening to the Dhamma now is a part of the path illuminated by Amida's vow, leading us to the same enlightenment. In this human form, we are unable to embrace all living beings because the compassion we practice is limited. However, as being assured through the Buddha's virtues to one day attain Buddhahood, our founder Shinran Shonin encourages us to learn even little from Buddha's immense compassion until my life comes in the end. So in our own small way, we can reflect the compassion in our interaction with those around us. Okay, thank you so much for kind attention. I'd like to conclude my talk with saying Namo Amida Butsu. If you wouldn't mind, please show me Ninkasho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu Namanda.
Thank you, Sensei. At this time, would you please rise for the Gatha, join in singing of Gatha Ondok-san on page 76 in the Dharma School Service Book. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you. Please be seated. At this time, we'll have recognition of volunteers. This, as Terry mentioned earlier, is an event that has been going on for more than 25 years. And Terry began this recognition service, and she's been organizing and contacting and encouraging people to submit names. And it's a lot of herding and bringing together the people who, the organizations, from the board of directors to Lotus Preschool to YBA to all of these organizations that are part of the temple recognize these individuals as being important to who we are and able to do the kinds of things that we do here at the temple. So Terry, if you would please.
If you notice in the program, it's all alphabetical. It has nothing to do with how much you do or don't do. So it's alphabetical. And the reason this started was because I would ask, well, who did that? who's in charge of this? And what I realized was all the different organizations have people that volunteer just for that organization. And the rest of us don't know anything about it. And so Jeannie Nakano and I decided that we really needed to all know what was going on with each of the different organizations and why they were recognizing someone. So first of all, thank you, volunteers. We wouldn't be able to do it without you. So let's get started. Apala. Apala is a wonderful volunteer. She has been a Dharma school teacher for years, and Eco Sangha nominated her because she does so much for us. So if everyone could wait over on the side, whatever side you want to wait on until everyone has received their award. Thank you. Apala's write-up was done by Harriet Kawamata, and I like to acknowledge the person who filled out the application because it takes a big effort, so I appreciate that. Next is Larry Honda, and this was done by Mas Nishimura from the board, and Larry is our last year's president, 2 years running, and we appreciate all that he does. He's instituted several things, so you can read. I used to read this, but you guys can read, so I won't go through what is in the program. So, and next is Gilbert. Now, you don't realize he's the one who does the kansha at all our services. He also greets you at the door, so he's been a wonderful volunteer, has done more than his share, so. And Gilbert's write-up was done by Larry Honda. You'll notice the names kind of interchange because these are the active people at the temple. Okay. Then Alice Kawaguchi, and this was written up by Nancy Hikoeda, and she's very active with the choir. So. Next is Mike Morey, and he has been nominated before, but he's been very, very active with the Boy Scouts. So John Ogawa nominated him from the Boy Scout Troop 611, and he's helped 6 of the boys with their Eagle projects, and that's major. So. And then there is a Wednesday volunteer group that does a lot of work around the temple just to keep it running and up and clean and that sort of thing. And so Bill Nakamura has been nominated, and Mike Mori nominated him because they are part of that Wednesday volunteer group. So, and he's not able to be here, so we'll make sure that he gets his certificate and gift. And then next is Steve Onishi, and we all know Steve, he's going to be our president, but BWA nominated him because he helps in every phase of all of their work. He's just there doing whatever needs to be done, so they really appreciate it. And Holly Lowe did the write-up. Next is Tomiko Rast, and we have to thank her tremendously. The fact that the street is clean, the graffiti is gone. She is the president of the Japantown Businessmen's Association, and she makes sure that it's safe and clean and tidy in Japantown. So, and that was written up by Lotus Preschool, Lynn Yamaichi. She has brought this to our attention. She's done it before for Tomiko's family, and we don't know this is happening, but feel safe because she's looking out for the whole Japantown. And then, last but not least, we have Emi Tsutsumi, and she was nominated by 2 different groups because she's such a good volunteer. She was nominated by Sangha Support Committee and also by the Adult Buddhist Association. And I'm sad because since she was one of the nominees, she offered to bring food for our reception, but we had to refuse. And it's like, I'm going to miss her potato salad today. So she's always there. Whenever volunteers needed, she's there. And so, anyway, thank you very much. Did we get it? Okay. Can we take a photo right now, real quick, before everyone leaves? While they're doing that, I want to thank Alvin Hironaga, who is the photographer, Rimban, who is always there with advice and support, the office staff, who helps me with every little detail. I can't tell you how much they help me. And Chris Kawashima does the certificates. So it's just a good team effort. Thank you. If any of the members want to take a photo with Rimban afterwards, you're welcome to, but we wanted to get that finished. So, and are there any announcements?
Hi, I'm Trevor.
And I'm Colin.
We're from Boy Scout Troop 611, and we're selling tickets for $25 to our Boy Scout family dinner to support the church.
Dinner would be dine-in and to-go on Saturday, March 15th. Thank you.
Hi, on behalf of BWA, there are 2 things. One of them is we're selling chirashi and botomochi tickets out in front and also in the church office. Please be aware that you need to buy your tickets ahead of time because they will not be available at the day of pickup, which is February 15th. And the other thing is that a food drive. BWA is sponsoring a food drive for the San Jose State Spartan Food Bank. And so if you have any canned goods, any food that you'd like to donate, or actually any other items, there's an article in the Dharma. Please drop them off in the church office. Thank you.
Morning. Rinban is holding his first, for this year, Wansong event. We held a couple last year. So this year, again, it's his way of getting us together after the pandemic. A lot of us were isolated and all that. And so so things getting back to normal has been difficult in many ways. And so what he's been trying to do is to get us to not just come to church and come to service, but actually to, socialize and intermingle with one another. So the way he decided to do this was by giving free food. So we did the first one last year with a hot dog lunch, and this year he's gone with his favorite Hawaiian food, chili. So we're doing a chili and rice one 3 weeks from today on Sunday, February 16th. So to do this, we need several volunteers to bring in about a crock pot of chili. So I had said I would, well, he twisted my arm, and so my wife or I will do one. And then we just convinced him last hour that he's going to do one. So we just need 2 more volunteers at least to do that. We'll also probably be pestering other people to bring in other stuff, whether it be drinks or desserts or something else. So you may be hearing from Rinbon or me in the near future. Announcements that were made last hour. I think next week is, Junior YBA, the first Saturday of the month of February, always does their annual spaghetti dinner. So I don't know if you know any Junior YBA members, but you can buy tickets from them. I'm not sure if they're selling tickets out in front. They were last week. Any other groups that were here this morning? Don't remember. So anyway, thank you.
Yeah, they are selling tickets out front. I'm here to remind everyone that we are showing this movie Hito Hata. It's a benefit for our Dharma Center, so it's a part of our Dharma Center fundraising. It'll be shown in the gym next Sunday, week from today. Doors open at 2. The movie starts at 2:30, so hopefully you all can join us.
And don't leave, you have to do the words of appreciation.
Oh, surprise, surprise. Well, before I leave also, just a reminder, so we do have refreshments. Speaking of eating together, we have refreshments in the multipurpose room after the service, so hopefully you'll join us for them. At this point, I would like to thank all of you for coming today, joining us here today. Our ministers, Rinbon Sakamoto, Reverend Mikame, Reverend Jones, our minister assistants, Dennis Akizuki and Sumi Tanabe. Let's see, our organist, and I'm sorry, I don't know who that is. That's not a very good, thank you, is it? Colleen, okay, thank you. And then AV Tech is Paul Endo. And let's see, I think that's pretty much everybody. And of course, for setting up today's service, Terry Oshidari, and she does a fantastic job. She's been doing it for, like I said, over 25 years now, so it's fantastic. Thank you all for joining us. Please feel free to come. Oh, I guess we'll have closing gasho first, and then we'll come forward. Oh, another announcement, sorry.
Another announcement, sorry, before the closing gasho. For the special Honko service the other day, Dharma School kids helped decorate the offerings. And then today I'd like to distribute these offerings as osagari. The term osagari literally means something that has passed down. And in this case, it refers to something received from the Buddha. In Buddhism, it is important to show our respect to the Buddha by making an offering for the service, but at the same time, it's also meaningful to receive those offerings as osagari after the service. So what has been offered to Buddha is shared with shared with us as a gift, and it's important to accept it with gratitude and avoid letting it go to waste. So at home, if you have a obutsudan home altar at home, I encourage you to do the same thing. So after making offerings to the Buddha at home, in front of the home altar, you can partake of them as osagari. So today will be distributing these offerings not only to the Dharma School kids, but also to everyone who attends this special service. And then if you don't need it for yourself, feel free to give it to your grandkids or your children or your friends. Maybe they will we happy, maybe hopefully. And then please note the quantity is limited, so we apologize if we run out. Okay, thank you. All right, so for closing, please join me in gassho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Thank you.
All the recipients of the volunteer recognition, up in the boardroom by the office, we have a light refreshment reception. So please come up, bring your family. So thank you.
contacted me even before Christmas.
It's called Jeans. Did you watch it? Oh, that's what.
Good morning. Your hands are all moving and everything. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So if you have time, we can just kind of chat a little bit because we need to make sure that we know what we're doing. So do I need to know?
Yeah, I know.